Ooh.
Hi and welcome. In this video I'll be teaching you the basics of Fallen Angel Hell Survival. After launching the game, you'll arrive at the main menu. This is where you can start a new game world or load one you've already been playing. There are some options you can tweak here, but most settings, including your controls and key bindings, are accessed from the pause menu while the game is running. You can enter a world seed if you like, which determines the shape of the terrain. To load an existing game, simply select a world from the saved worlds list and press play. For this video, we'll start a new game. I'll type a name into the name your new world field. Let's call it Getting Started, and then press create. Before we begin playing, let's take a look at the pause menu. Here you'll find Continue, which closes the menu and resumes the game. Stats and achievements, where you can see which achievements you've unlocked and track your progress. Options, allowing you to configure gameplay, audio and graphics. Controls, where you can rebind keys and most importantly see everything your character can actually do, including spells and magical abilities. The easily missed tutorial button, which explains the basics of survival, building, crafting, magic and combat. It's a great reference if you ever forget how something works. And save and quit, which saves your game and returns you to the main menu. So what is this game about? Fallen Angel Hell Survival belongs to the open world survival crafting genre. You play as Hezekiah, a former angel cast down into hell and transformed into a she-devil for reasons unknown to her. Suffering from amnesia, she must now learn to survive her new, horrifying prison. The game is a sandbox. You're free to do whatever you like as long as you stay alive. Survival means avoiding enemies and environmental dangers, managing your hunger, and maintaining your Magicka. Because you're a bloodthirsty she-devil, Magicka is replenished by consuming blood or plasma. For food, raw meat restores hunger and provides a small amount of blood. Cooked meat restores more hunger but provides no blood. Hearts restore blood and a small amount of hunger. Plasma fruit also restores some blood and hunger. The best way to quench your bloodthirst is by crafting a blood bottle bag made from a heart and an animal pelt. Pelts can be harvested from goats and hellhounds or found as loot. Beyond survival, you can mine resources, craft gear and placeable objects and build anything from a humble shelter to massive structures. If you die, it's not game over, you'll respawn, though depending on your difficulty setting you may drop some or all of your inventory. If you can find your way back, you may be able to retrieve it. You always respawn at your original starting location, but you can craft a bed and set it as your new spawn point. There are no traditional quests. You'll need to set your own goals, especially if you want to unlock achievements. The game focuses on survival, exploration, combat, mining, crafting, enchanting and building. And what better place to do it all than in hell? It's also possible to recover Hezekiah's lost memories, revealing the story of how she ended up here.
What's this?
So, how do we begin? When you first arrive in hell, your top priority is crafting your initial set of tools. A wooden staff, a stone pickaxe, a stone axe, a stone hunting knife, and a hammer for later. Although you can attack barehanded or with tools, the wooden staff is much better for combat early on. The pickaxe is used for mining stone, ore and metal structures. The axe is for chopping trees, logs, planks and other wooden objects. The hunting knife is used to harvest specific corpses such as goats, hellhounds, giant spiders and Shuman demons. The hammer is used for sculpting molds, forging items, repairing objects and rotating building blocks. Depending on your difficulty setting, you may already have the materials for these tools. Otherwise, look for rocks on the ground and sticks near trees. You'll need to split rocks into stone shards. One way to do this is to pick one up and bash it against another on the ground. To drop an item, either drag it out of your inventory window or place it in your tool belt and press your assigned drop item key. Once you have the required parts, craft your first tools. It's usually best to use the axe first. Chop a tree to get logs. Chop logs to get planks. Chop planks to get sticks. Use the pickaxe on boulders to gather more rocks. Rocks are used in many recipes. If you want to prioritize in building a shelter early, start crafting cobblestone blocks. Use foundation blocks to start building off the ground, then regular blocks for the rest of the building. When mining or attacking, you can hold down the attack button instead of repeatedly clicking. As you place items into the crafting window, available recipes appear on the left. Crafting depends on how many items are spread out in the grid, not how many are stacked. For example, a cobblestone block requires 4 rocks placed individually. You can split stacks by right-clicking, and you can craft an entire stack by holding Shift when selecting a recipe. You can also consult the crafting recipe book to see everything you can make with your current inventory. Later, crafting expands into blacksmithing using a workbench, smelter, and anvil, where metal tools become far more efficient than stone ones. Combat and Magick. To attack enemies in melee, line up the crosshair and press the attack button. You can hold it down to continue attacking. You can block incoming attacks using the block button, which is the right mouse by default. Some enemies are easy to block, while others are more difficult depending on their size and movement. Watch the crosshair. A trident icon means you're in range to hit. A shield icon means you are successfully blocking. To use Magick, open the spell wheel, select the spell, and use your cast key. Some spells require a single press, while others must be held. Available spells include Fireball, your primary combat spell. Healing. Siora, reveals enemies nearby. Consume life. Drains health from your enemies to heal yourself. Invisibility, hides you from most enemies, though some, including other devils, can still see you. Performing any action breaks the spell. Stat bars. At the bottom of the screen, from left to right, you'll see Health, Magicka, Bloodthirst, and Hunger. If health reaches 0, you die. If Magicka runs out, you can't cast spells. If Bloodthirst is empty, Magicka won't regenerate.
I'm so thirsty for blood.
If hunger reaches 0, you begin to starve. You can maintain these stats by consuming items such as raw meat, cooked meat, hearts, plasma fruit, blood botter bags, and potions. Plasma fruit can be harvested or grown yourself. Be sure to protect your plants from hellgoats. If you're desperate for Magicka, look for Magicka wells protruding from the ground. Activating one instantly restores your Magicka. Meat can be cooked on a campfire using a spit, fuel sticks, and raw meat. Hellhounds can be tamed by feeding them raw meat, making them valuable companions in combat. Succubi can also be tamed using hearts.
Oh my. Come on.
Harvestable corpses can be looted with a hunting knife to obtain meat, hearts, and animal pelts. The gold and velvet bar above your tool belt is the time bar. Gold represents day, velvet represents night. When the pointer reaches the end, midnight, tormented souls begin hunting. They are extremely dangerous, so avoid them. Use fireballs to keep them at bay, or stay indoors. Building works much like Minecraft or Lego. You place blocks. Start with foundation blocks to build off the ground, then use regular blocks for walls and floors. Mistakes are easy to fix. Remove blocks with a pickaxe, repair blocks with a hammer, rotate blocks with the hammer. I recommend starting with a simple sealed room to survive the night. You can even build a brimstone roof and set it on fire so tormented souls burn while searching for a way in. Crafting at night is a good way to stay productive, especially sculpting stone molds for later smelting. You can also craft many storage objects to manage your inventory. Placing objects. To place a crafted placeable object, put it in your tool belt, select it, and press the Use key, E by default. A ghost preview will appear. Green means it can be placed, red means it cannot. Rotate objects using the left and right mouse buttons, then press Use again to place them. Some objects, like wall shelves and wall torches, must be placed on walls. When exploring, crafting landmark signs is extremely useful. They're visible from a distance and appear on the map. Blacksmithing. To craft metal tools, weapons, and armor, you'll need blacksmithing equipment. Start by crafting a workbench, which lets you sculpt molds from rocks. These molds are used in the smelter to cast metal parts and ingots. I recommend sculpting iron ingot molds first so you can build an anvil. To use a smelter, load the coal into the fuel compartment. Place the correct metal ore into the front. You can remove and replace ore as needed. Some smelted items must then be forged on the anvil by hammering them until complete. Armour is generally crafted using animal pelts and metal ingots. And that's just the basics. The rest, I'll let you discover for yourself. Now it's time to head out, explore hell, and become its most formidable she-devil.